Let us be very clear. Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States should never again stand behind the seal of President of the United States. Never again.
First of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me. I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans.
If Kamala Harris were a mic drop, Trump just choked on it. No, seriously, this wasn't a political moment. It was a full-on cinematic takedown. Think, Game of Thrones finale meets Mean Girls lunch table. And Trump? He didn't stand a chance. 1 second he's rambling on like a dollar store dictator, the next bam.
We're saying people stay quiet. We are seeing organizations stay quiet. We are seeing those who are capitulating to clearly unconstitutional threats. And these are the things that we are witnessing each day in these last few months in our country. And it understandably.
Kamala hits him with a one-word bullet so brutal it made the Constitution sit up and applaud. No speech, no spin, just one word. And that word? Fascist. Oh, honey, it hit like a frying pan to the face. Trump's ego popped like an overinflated beach ball at a cactus convention. Truth Social flatlined so fast you'd think someone yelled facts. His aides were spiraling harder than Rudy Giuliani in a hair dye emergency. Melania probably whispered into her Dior clutch, "Alexa, what is public humiliation? Let's set the stage." Trump's mid-tantrum, vomiting out catchphrases like rigged, fake news, and I know words, like he's auditioning for a conspiracy-themed reality show.
Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall. So remember, Donald Trump said Mexico would pay for it? Come on, they didn't. How much of that wall did he build? I think the last number I saw is about 2%.
To fix the problem, you're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I'm not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
Enter Kamala, cool as a cucumber in an air-conditioned courtroom. She doesn't yell. She doesn't even blink. She just drops one word with the accuracy of a sniper on espresso. And suddenly, boom, the whole MAGA circus folds like a lawn chair at a pride parade. This wasn't politics, it was a poetic execution. Now, let's talk aftermath. The reaction? Silence so loud it broke the sound barrier. Fox News? Crickets? GOP talking heads? Muted like your ex's Instagram. Even Lindsey Graham looked like he'd seen a ghost in a pantsuit. And Trump? Oh, he tried to swing back. Tried being the key word. It was like watching a toddler try to wrestle a lion, with spaghetti arms and ketchup rage. He flailed, he pouted, he tweeted in circles like a malfunctioning Roomba. Kamala didn't just clap back, she did a psychological dissection on live TV. It was smart, it was surgical, it was savage. Trump's usual bluster, I built a wall, Mexico paid, best border in history, got reduced to dust in seconds. Reality check. Only 2% of that wall materialized, and Mexico paying? Please. That myth has the same credibility as a flat earther's travel blog.
We here know January 6th was a tragic day. It was a day of terrible violence. There were attacks on law enforcement. 140 law enforcement officers were injured. Some were killed. And what did Donald Trump say last night about January 6th? He called it a quote.
And just when you think Kamala's done, she flips the script. Calls the wall stupid, but with all the composure of a prosecutor presenting Exhibit A. This wasn't trolling, this was strategic demolition. Trump, the master of loud, just got obliterated by calm. The kind of calm that says, I've seen worse in Senate hearings, sweetheart. The Trump meltdown? Oh, it was performance art. Red-faced, finger-pointing, yelling deep state, like it's a safe word. It was giving less leader of the free world and more uncle who got cut off at Thanksgiving dinner. And all of this because Kamala dropped one word. Not a paragraph, not a speech, just the big F. Fascist. And let's not water it down. That word means something. It's not your run-of-the-mill insult. It's the political nuke of descriptors. Oppression, strong men, power without accountability. It drags history by the collar. And Kamala? She didn't toss it around lightly. She used it like a courtroom exhibit. Clear, controlled, condemning. It was less a burn and more a revelation. Kamala peeled back the cheap gold paint of Trumpism and revealed the rusting iron throne underneath. The man wants military loyalty like it's a monarchy, hates the press like he's allergic to scrutiny, and calls January 6th a day of love while democracy bled on the steps of the Capitol. That's not politics. That's a red flag on fire. Let's be honest, Trump's not just flirting with fascism, he's taking it home, introducing it to the kids, and updating his Facebook status to in a relationship. Kamala didn't just name the thing. She made America look it in the eye. And that's the kind of truth bomb that doesn't just trend, it echoes. Trump's response? A total tantrum tornado. No pivot, no wit, just pure orange chaos. He sputtered out defenses like a malfunctioning Pez dispenser. Meanwhile, Kamala stood like a storm-proof monument. Untouched, unbothered, iconic. The woman's faced more fire than a California summer, and still, she came out swinging harder than ever. She didn't just roast a man, she exposed a movement. Trumpism, stripped of its slogans and chants, looks a whole lot like autocracy and MAGA drag. The press bashing, the court dodging, the military fantasies, it's all there. Kamala's takedown wasn't personal. It was patriotic. A warning flare shot into the night sky of America's fragile democracy. So let's wrap this up with a reality check. Kamala Harris didn't just win a moment, she rewrote the rules of engagement. One word, one masterstroke, and suddenly the emperor is not just dead. He's live streaming it with a meltdown soundtrack. Trump may still scream into the void, but after this, the void's got noise-canceling headphones. And to the people still clutching pearls about decorum, save it. Kamala didn't just fight fire with fire. She brought a flamethrower to a book burning. She didn't whisper truth to power. She yelled it in italics. So go ahead, smash that like button and sip your tea slow, because if this is round one, you ain't ready for what Kamala's cooking next. Trump keeps screaming into the void, hoping rage will drown out reality. But reality had a name this week, and it was Kamala Harris. And while he's out here turning every press hit into a therapy session gone wrong, Kamala's out here handing America something it's been starved of for years. Clarity. Trump's idea of strength is shouting over the truth until people forget what the question was. Kamala's version? Say less, mean more. She didn't drown us in talking points. She lit a match, dropped it in the middle of Trump's circus tent, and walked away as it burned down in glorious, flaming hypocrisy. This wasn't just a win. It was a political eulogy. And Trump? He wrote half of it himself with every lie, every tantrum, every red-faced meltdown over being called exactly what his actions have screamed for years. Kamala didn't just defend democracy. She dressed it up, gave it a mic, and let it sing. So what's the lesson here? You don't need to scream to be heard. You don't need a megaphone to speak powerfully. You just need the truth, and the guts to say it, even when the guy across from you is trying to stage a reality TV coup. Kamala Harris didn't shout him down. She shut him up, with one word, one line, one checkmate. And in a world drowning in noise, that is how you make silence deafening. Trump brought bluster. Kamala brought balance. He performed. She prevailed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you dismantle a wannabe strongman, clean, cool, and classy, with a mic drop that echoes through history.